All right, it's been 22 years ago that I developed the shortcut capo for Kyser. If you're not familiar with the shortcut, we took the Kyser Drop-D, which jumps over the E string, and then cut off the 1 and 2 string so that the capo will only cover strings 3, 4, and 5. And when the shortcut goes on from the back, covers string 5, 4, and 3. The nut width on this Bourgeois is wider than any other guitar that I play. And when I made the measurements for the shortcut, I had handmade 2 or 3 of these. Went to a friend of mine that had some calipers to measure, and I took the measurement of the capos that I had made and took an average of the length, and that's what this became. And so I've got a situation where if I'm playing up in the key of A and I put my shortcut capo on there, I'm not grabbing my 3rd string. So the capo is too short. So I'm going back to the beginning where I had to create a capo that fits. So I'm going to take an old Kyser. This is one of the Praise and Worship capos, and make some marks, make some cuts, and we're going to make one that fits this guitar. I really don't play higher than the key of B, which would be capoing all the way up to the 9th fret. So let's see if we can make this work. I'm going to put the capo on the 9th fret, and I'll make some marks, pencil marks really well on this black rubber. So there's my first notch. There's my 2nd notch. Back that up to the 2nd fret. Make sure that that fits. I had this lined out to go all the way up to the 9th fret, but when I brought it back down to the 2nd fret, it was too long. So I moved my pencil mark from outside here all the way inside here, and this is going to work all the way up to the 5th fret, which would put me in the key of G, and it might go up to G sharp, A flat. We'll just have to see if it'll go all the way to A. This mark still is good for jumping over my E string. So let's give some cuts, see how we do. Okay, so first step is to get rid of some of this rubber. Okay, the back cut is made. Now I'm going up to the front cut. Okay, I've got a decent cut on the rubber. Now I'm going to take a hacksaw to the back of the capo, and we'll end up filing it in a bit. I'm going to try to be a little bit longer than the rubber just to protect it. And there we have a fresh cut. A little rough. But that is going to work. I'm going to dig out the E-string where I've cut it, take a flat file to this, take that point off so I don't end up slicing my finger off while I'm trying to play guitar. And that is going to work beautifully. So with my knife, I just pulled up on that, made sure I was cut through the rubber, pulled up on it, and now I've got a good break in it. I can grab it with some pliers. See that break? I'm not worried about destroying the good part. So I can just go remove this. And there we have our brand new short-cut capo fitted for my Bourgeois. Hopefully you have a flat file. See how that tapers, rolls around? I can't create exactly that, but I can at least try to round the edges. All right, let's see how we did. We've got a cleaned new cut capo, original shortcut, and a regular capo. So if I go on 2nd fret, all the way on, I'm buzzing the 2nd string. Back it up just a little bit. That's perfect. If I go up to key of G, I like to be able to put it on all the way till it bumps, but with a wider neck, I've got to be a little bit more careful. Key of G is perfect. G sharp. Perfect. Key of A. What I'm watching for is to make sure I still have enough rubber hitting the 5th string to give enough tension for that chord, and that looks perfect. I don't know that I'll go up any higher than that. My goal was to try to get to B, and I made it. Needs a tune, but it works. So there you have it. Things you may or may not know if I've told you before about about a Kyser Capo. See, there's teeth marks on this one from a lovely dog. The rubber on the back, the boot on the back, can go two ways. See, there's a thick side and a thin side. You can pull that boot off and flip it around if you need more tension. I like mine to be on the thin side usually for a lighter touch. You can also bend this back arm back to create more gap. If you create more gap here, then you have less tension, less pressure on the strings, equals usually better intonation. I just stretched it out a little bit more. You can see the difference. And so these Kyser Capos are adjustable. You need to make it fit your guitar and fit well. I see this is nice and smooth from filing, but if I don't want that silver, I could grab some nail polish or something like that and put a finished end on it. And there you have it.